We're sapping. I'd like to sap it with you. But just, see, not everything can be like a, hey, 78-person lobby, Lethal Company, get your pogs ready. Sometimes you just gotta mark time. Men search for ways to kill time, while time searches for ways to kill men. Anyway, let's be like an uninspired player here. Tomo, get out of the cords, please. Like, you're right on top of the damn surge protector, bro. That's not the place to be. What are you doing back? Do people still use surge protectors? It feels like that's like 2001 era technology. But maybe people don't talk about them anymore because you just buy one and then they all have like lifetime guarantees. Hi, buddy. Hi. Holy cow, we gotta win. Okay, just come out. Listen, you're distracting me. You got sparks ricocheting through my ears right now. That's a good idea. You should just get a surge protector for your house at the panel. Do they use surge protectors in Europe or Asia? Brother, I'll tell you, I won't speak for them. But what I will say is, imagine my surprise the first time I went to Japan and realized that when you go to the store, I don't know why I'm talking as if like I'm on a time limit here. Let's say you have a laptop, okay? Your laptop plugs into the wall, but the plugs in Japan are different. So you might be used to two vertical lines and then a ground at the bottom, like a little like surprise face kind of outlet. In Japan, it's like 2 circles, I think. So you go to the store and you buy an outlet converter that takes 3 prongs in and spits 2 prongs out. What are they doing with the ground, bro? What are they doing with the ground? What's happening to the ground? It's not grounded. How is this stuff not just going up in smoke all the time? Like, I was raised to believe that everything in your house can cause an electrical fire if you're not paying attention to it for 2 seconds. And in Japan, they're just running like no grounds anywhere. That's crazy. In Brazil, we take off the grounding. What? In order to make the plug fit, you just like saw off the ground? D.L. Guiga said it's true, so it must be true. Yep. I mean, I guess it works. Like, there's no magic spell, right? Like, as long as it fits in the outlet, I guess it's gonna work, provided like the voltage is the same, but look at me, I'm proud of myself, provided the voltage is the same. Tomo, get out of the cords, man! Go, go, go! It's getting ridiculous here. Get out of the Tomo, get out of the what are you biting there? He's actually biting the USB cord. Go, go, go! You have been banished from the land. Tomo, you can't be biting. It's not a snake, okay? He's still there. This is not your domain, okay? This is the domain of men, not the domain of cats. All right, let's get something going on this team, please. 2 bats. Now we're talking. I'm seeing double 4 bats. Okay, I'm stupid. Turns out I'm stupid. We're going to do this so we can at least have the 4 squad we like. Run a bat position 1. They also use ungrounded electrical connections to power the heating coil in the shower head. They're called death showers. Okay, I'm not well versed on electrical energy. Wouldn't that shoot lightning bolts out of it? It sounds like you would turn water into electricity The showers are safe? Why are they called death showers then? Or was that the made up part? People are taking some issue with this one. I'm not thrilled with my stats or my squad. It's a buzzword. It's all politics, bro. The showers are fine. Have some people died of electrocution in the showers? Yes. But statistically, it's pretty unlikely. This is draw energy. Never mind, I was wrong. You're more likely to die of carbon monoxide poisoning with furnace heating? I don't know, that sounds like a psyop. This cat came right back and he's going straight for the cords. I need to get a door for this office, bro. It's too much. There's like almost anywhere he could be and not cause problems. He's like, I'm gonna go straight to where the problems get caused. We need a lynx. I feel like we kind of need a monkey to have any long-term chance. But I do also feel like that might not be that relevant because we're probably semi-cooked anyway. But let's see. Never mind, we hold. We hold. How about some chocolate? How about some early chocolate? How about some you piece? Have you tried giving him decoy chords? I don't know what, listen, you're just trying to be nice, okay? I don't know why I'm being an a-hole about it. He is my pet. I can't structure my entire home around his brain. That's just too much, you know? Like, I gotta live my life. I'm taking care of my family. I'm taking care of my kid. Like, what am I supposed to do with decoy chords? Go get a bunch of random miscellaneous chords and just chuck them on the floor? This shit's gonna mess with my feng shui, bro. Now, this is also messing with my feng shui, which is why I wish he would cut it the fuck out. Plenty of places for him to play around. We got tons of cat toys, cat beds. You can sleep on the real bed. You can play with the cat toys. You can go behind the monitor. I have no problem with him behind the monitor. I'm just saying he needs to smarten up a little bit. I don't think it's over yet. I still don't think it's over yet. I knew it. He's smarter than you. He doesn't need to work. No, we're the same level of intelligence because he's still stressed out. Like, bro doesn't even have any bills to pay. And he's still like, some days will be like, Tomo, what's wrong? He's got like a little stress rash around his mouth. I'm like, what, did you just get a letter from the IRS? No, it's probably like, because I think it's not just human psychology. I think it's all animal psychology, right? Like your problems scale in severity to the world around you. So like his whole life is just like sleep, eat, get petted. But then like if something messes with his eating, like if Ruka ate too much of the dry food, then he's like having a crisis. We would probably be in the same position. We'd be like, Gronk ate too much of the dry food. It's ridiculous. Okay, with 4 wins, how do we get out of this one? You're going to sell the stats onto a bat. And we're going to figure out a Scorpion can kind of hold. I'd prefer to do better. That's not going to happen. Please give me something half decent. A lynx again, huh? Well, you got to do what you got to do, I suppose. Hold. No! By one? Humans get Pavlovian trained too. Whenever you hear your name in public, you get neuron activation in the brain. That's damn true. I actually feel very blessed that Ryan has fallen somewhat out of favor as a name. At the playground, you don't hear a lot of parents going like, Ryan, Ryan. But when it happens, you immediately go like, Mer. Also, I don't know if other Ryans can relate to this, but it used to happen to me all the time in school because the sound of chalk on the chalkboard sometimes was like, and I would go like, right. Silas. We go again. What an upside down ear. Hi, I'm Orion. This doesn't happen to me. Yeah, let me guess, you fucking silver spoon motherfucker grew up in Princeton, New Jersey, probably went to a school with the damn smart boards and shit like that. At the very least, you probably had a whiteboard with a dry erase marker. We were still rocking Great Depression era chalkboards where, you know, they had the foot long Costco hot dog eraser that like as soon as you touched it, it just chalked the shit out of your fingers for like 4 days. It was like after you eat white cheddar Quaker Oats rice cake, like you were looking at your finger like, what the heck did I touch? Then you beat the erasers together and like 42 years later, every single one of your classmates has mesothelioma. That's what we grew up in, bro. That's what we had to deal with. So the eraser somehow makes the board dirtier. That's damn true. And then like the pencil sharpener got bolted to the wall during the Great Depression. And like sometimes you would get one that was like tight as fuck. And you put your pencil in there and it came out like a damn syringe. Sometimes it would be like half screwed in. And every time you crank, you lose like 90% of the power just to like the rattle of the pencil sharpener. And you're like, oh man. They still use those? Anyone here graduate from elementary school in the last 10 years? They still using the bolt-on pencil sharpeners? Or you hit your knuckles on the wall? I forgot about that. They had no idea what they were doing when they were installing that shit in 1931, bro. They put the crank like in a child's hand can't even turn the crank without getting bloody knuckles. Like, what are you doing? Just put it on the other way, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't really know what we're doing here. But just send it, man. I don't know how this is going to work. My high school still had them when I graduated 5 years ago. That's honestly sick. That's something that keeps all generations unified. The shared experience of the wall pencil sharpener. Well, you got to do what you got to do. They were the best working sharpeners. I'm a huge believer in the fallacy that everything used to be better. That being said, the day your class got an electric pencil sharpener and you didn't have to use the crank anymore, that was like that was almost as good as lice checking day. And you put the pencil in the electric sharpener and it goes like, you pull it out and it's got like a perfect sharp tip on it. That was electric pencil sharpeners. They broke the mold when they made those, dude. Lice day sucked for me. POV, you had lice? I'm sorry, it's kind of like punching down. But like lice day was fucking, it was like a trip to the spa, bro. What are you talking about? You were literally a kid. I'm not saying it's your fault. What the fuck is lice day? You guys don't, they don't do lice day anymore? Once every 2 months, like assistants would come into your class and set up a chair at the front of the classroom. And then all the kids in the class would take turns sitting in the chair while like the other lesson went on. And then the assistant would take like a toothpick and comb through your hair to see if there were any lice. And the shit was like a scalp massage, bro. It felt so good. And then like right after lice day, like 3 kids would be sick the next day. And you're like, what's up with that? Let's not ask questions. It felt nice, man. I had hair back then, obviously. So they're like, you know, they're kind of like searching through your hair. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little kid trip to the spa. Yeah, it was like a monkey grooming. They even ate the fucking bugs when they found them. Shit was sick, bro. They didn't eat the bugs, okay? Eye test day was kind of pog. We didn't have an eye test day at our school. You know what's crazy to think back? Is that I grew up in rural Ontario, and I had like 32 kids in my classes every year. When we got vaccinated, 32 kids got their shots, man. Signed permission sheets. Not, you would assume, looking back, there would be like at least a couple of dissenters. It was, people were bought in. We would just go to the room, watch Winnie the Pooh one at a time. They'd be like, enjoy not getting measles, mumps, and rubella. And I'd be like, take me back to the room. We can watch some more Winnie the Pooh. They were given the shots in school. I definitely had a few shots in school. I don't really remember what they were, except in 7th grade, I think we got a hepatitis C shot. All my shots were in school. Nah, bro. Like, I don't want to make you feel bad if you have a needle problem. Like, you don't like to think about yourself getting stabbed with vaccinations. You probably had like 30 shots before you were 3 years old. They really, like, once your baby comes out, they're really like, come down to the clinic. There was one, I guess in North America in the 80s and 90s, we got like the HBO vaccine. But in Korea, they were still getting like the NBC vaccine. So their vaccine for like childhood diseases and stuff like that was a 12-prong needle that they would like put in your shoulder or your butt cheek, and then they would shoot it in. And like adults now still have scars from that. I had that when I was like 3. I still got the shoulder hole. My parents have that scar. I'm telling you, we're living in a living world. It's living history. I don't know where I'm going with this. I also forgot how to play Super Auto Pets briefly. Just give me a second. This squad can make it. By the way, I know there's going to be some slander. Hey, NL, why do you take the frog every time? Because it keeps showing up, bro. If it stopped showing up, I would stop taking it. Do they still do chickenpox? I heard they got vaccinations for that now, but I had the hardball it 20 years ago. I feel cheated. Sanest boomer. I mean, I'm probably older than you at this point, but I'm stoked for you if you don't have to go through chickenpox. But do they have a chickenpox vaccine? It could save the... I mean, it's not like you gained anything by going through chickenpox except an immunity to chickenpox, right? But also a vulnerability to shingles forever. Like, I went through chickenpox. I don't have any, like, you know, valor over it. It's really... I should be thanking my parents. Like, I went through it, but they're the ones who remember it and actually did stuff. My ass was just itchy. Thank you. Interesting. Very interesting. I got it twice as a kid. I remember my parents freaking out. I thought that was like the thing. That was the deal. Is like you get it once and then you're sorted. You could get chickenpox twice naturally. Like they were lying to us the whole time? Okay, let's make this work. We're gonna save the squad. Tier 5s, please. Tier 5s. Tier 5s, please. Tier 5s. They do exist. They do it. Thank you. I know they exist. We don't need to freeze you. That's fine. This is a damn disaster. 3 wins? I'm never taking the frog ever again. You have my word. I would rather get chickenpox again. I haven't had the best luck with communicable disease lately. I should probably shut my mouth. Like a perplexed fork. That's what communicable means, right? It's just a fancy word for like contagious. Isn't getting chickenpox as an adult a death sentence? I think it just like sucks really. Or well, because there's chickenpox and shingles, right? Shingles is like a resurfaced existing chickenpox infection. Is there also just, can you get adult chickenpox, or is it just, it's shingles all the way down? I'm getting my ass beat. I got shingles as a 20-year-old. It's horrible. See, you guys screwed the most. Because you're like basically, I don't mean this with disrespect, but you're basically still a kid. Like, my uncle got shingles, but he was like 53. And I was like, that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying I have no sympathy, but like, you're old. You know, you got chickenpox 48 years ago, forgot about it, and then it was like, surprise! I just came back to show you how I'm living. But like, you got chickenpox, and then like 8 years later, they were like part 2, like Avatar. That's fucked up, man. You didn't even get a chance to like savor the recovery. It's a little crazy, but just hear me out here. I don't mind it. So, you know, honestly, this week we might have to get a little crazy. We might have to get a little crazy just to stay alive. Hey, Anel, how would you rate your Microsoft Excel skills? Circa 2004, better than 99% of adults on the planet. Circa 2023, bottom 25% of adults with a college education for sure. I can design a spreadsheet relatively well. I can do basic arithmetic. I can use in Google Docs or Google Sheets, I should say. I can use the commands to look something up online and display the data in the cell. I do have some VBA experience, I will admit, because I had to program a database in Microsoft. I guess program's not the right word, but I had to make a database in Microsoft Access in like 2008 or 2009. That makes you above average? Well, like everyone was using VBA back then. It wasn't like, maybe it's just that I don't remember anything. I just remember that it's called VBA. I used Access this year. See, that just seems like criminal. Because when I was using Access in 2008, it seemed like everybody was basically like, you shouldn't even be using it now. The idea that people are still using it 15 years later is kind of insane. It's actually still decently common. Maybe it's not VBA. Sorry, I've conflated myself here. Maybe VBA is okay, because that's the straw that stirs the drink. But the drink is Microsoft Access, and I couldn't believe that I was using that, the same year that The Hangover came out. It's an early bison, man. It is an early bison. Oh, it's 2 early bisons. Anyway, I don't know about all that. I will say, and you can either -2 me and say that's not my experience, or you can +2 me and explain that it's for a good reason, or you can +2 me and say that it's for a bad reason. And I'll accept either of them, because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just speaking based on my experience as a consumer, not based on, any kind of factual data. But it does seem to me like shit goes down way more often now than it did like 6 years ago online. So like, what are we doing? I guess is what I'm asking. It seems like all applications that interface with the internet are 15% less reliable than they were in 2018. Getting a lot of -2s. More interactions now, more stuff online. -2, that's not my experience. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I remember 2014. Okay. I mean, I remember like 1996. Sometimes like it would just be like Yahoo's down. You'd be like, Google doesn't work today. That doesn't happen. Although occasionally in the last decade, there's been like Google search has broken for like an hour and you're like, we're going to die. Like that's like, it's like if the air stopped having oxygen in it for like an hour. Like, it's scary, man. I thought that was like a foundational layer of the internet. But then it felt like for a while everything was sort of like we mastered it. But I guess if you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans. There's more interdependence because everything runs on AWS. I could believe that because it sounds real, even though I only know what AWS stands for. I was more of a Microsoft Azure guy myself because that's what we used in my C# class. They probably provided my school with a discount if I had to guess. Or at least a good rate. Okay, we're cooking. Let's send out something crazy style. Oh! Immediately rewarded. Sell your fish. Nope. No, that's not going to happen. Oh, you're right. Never mind. It might. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. You got a point there. I would like to see an ostrich. That's crazy. Okay. I'm gonna keep 2 bisons. I think we might be going long on this one. And then give me some tier 5s. I respect it. Tier 5s. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Now this is a scumbag team. That was horrible. Okay. Mr. 10 pieces back. Don't get cocky, okay? I wouldn't necessarily say Mr. 10 pieces back. I would say bet your life savings that we're getting 10 in this one, though. That's you can take that shit to the bank. I personally guarantee it. Did you see Dan's Wordle? I know that he's half trolling and half quarter trolling. It's trolls on top of trolls. Let's put it that way. It's like DreamWorks at the movie theater. His first word is daddy. So already he's only got 3 letters covered. And then after that he says which, perfectly cromulent guess, I think. Then he says, what is Phoenix? F-E-N-I-S? I wish the orca was better this week. But I did love the people saying, like, please don't use daddy. It's a horrible starting word. And then I'm like, you don't know who you're talking to. Like, if you're starting to... we should just take that. You're starting from the principle that Dan has any desire to have, like, a good Wordle technique, which he certainly does not. What he wants, he's willing to throw 15,000 attempts at the wall until one day it is daddy, and then you find yourself getting dunked on in the clip. It's like, for Dan, hey, Dioguiga, you know how it is. Dan has a huge concentration in his portfolio. His portfolio is not well diversified. You know, it's not diversified by market cap or industry, sector, geography, anything like that. He's 100% all in on the POG stock. Maybe even like a 3x leveraged POG. So when the NASDAQ is down 1%, he's liquidated. But when it's up 25 basis points, his net worth is like, it skyrockets. Look at this shop, man. Stop weakening my entire team, or I'll be forced to purchase blueberries, and nobody wants that. Okay. Chocolate, please? I need to keep some space in the shop open. Chocolate? Chocolate? Teckelin fuel? I could always flip ya and then combine ya. That's not even that good. There's no point to a flip and combine here. It's still pretty good. Like, it's a good looking squad here. You could always put a 1-up on your porcupine, but I think we're chill. You think we're ever going to see a Dan and Chiblee Lethal Company stream? As the arbiter of both Dan and Chiblee, let me check their calendars. I don't know. There's some discourse. People were like, why does Dan never join you for Jackbox? Someone replied, it's not family friendly. That might be part of it. The secondary element is that motherfucker has 3 kids, bro. He's got 3 kids and he lives in a time zone that's 3 hours ahead. He's busy, man. Can't be out here Friday at 3 p.m. farting around in Jackbox like the rest of us. You know, he's got a daycare pickup, 2 school pickups, after school activities. Hey, on your way home, stop by the grocery store. Make sure you pick up like this, and this so we can cook dinner tonight. Otherwise, the whole household's going to fall apart. Like, he's got stuff to do. He might only be 2 hours. No, I think he's 3 hours ahead. Michigan's weird because it's like, you know what I mean? We know what you mean. Yeah. It's like all of Michigan is 3 hours, or just the lower peninsula or the upper peninsula. Which one's which? The upper peninsula is central. Why am I don't know. The upper peninsula is central. Okay. Western part of the upper peninsula. They should turn it into 2 states, like Slanted and Enchanted, bro. God intended for Michigan to be 2 states, and every day that it isn't is just thumbing your nose at the Almighty. That's why he put that river there, or whatever. It's 2 mittens on a damn string. And you said, you know what? No, it's not. It's a pear. What are you doing? It was handed to you on a silver platter. Don't worry, the Upper Peninsula has like 100 people living in it total. They're all going to be in chat, though. I know. I shouldn't have said it in the first place. I love this scumbag team. Do it. Double damage, please. Couldn't hit him with double damage, huh? And where did that bring you? Back to me. Look at that. Mr. 10-piece is back. Run me back.